So it's already day 6 in South Africa. This is our last full day in camp, possibly our last day to hunt. We got flights scheduled to leave Johannesburg the next day, and we're not sure if it's going to leave us enough time the following morning to actually get out and hunt a couple more hours. The trip for me so far with African Barefoot Safaris has been way more successful than anything I could have ever imagined, and I think the rest of the group would probably tell you the same thing, but we still have some time left. So new day, new blind for me called the Mountain Reed Buck blind. TJ had spent some time at this blind over the course of the week, had the opportunity to film a really nice bush buck, but was never able to get a shot off. I wasn't really sure how likely it was that this animal would come back to the same blind, but it was worth a try. Day 6 was probably the coldest day of the trip. Temperatures overnight dipped below 50 degrees down into the upper 40s. Add some wind to that and it felt more like a cool morning bow hunting in the Midwest. Besides a few warthogs coming in and out that morning, it was really pretty slow, and it was slow for everybody. We were texting all morning and nobody was really seeing much of anything, and I think the change in weather, primarily the wind, had the bigger animals hunkered down more so than the previous 5 days. So it's just about lunchtime and I catch some movement off to my left. It was a female bush buck standing back in the thick stuff. It seemed like she wanted to come in, but she wasn't going to make a move until the warthogs were gone. In my mind, I'm thinking this couldn't play out any better. At some point, I'm convinced that a male bush buck, maybe the one that TJ got on film, has to eventually follow this female right in. So I'm completely focused on nothing but this bush buck for quite some time, oblivious to anything else that's going on around me, scouring every tree, every bush. Eventually, I decide to take a look back to my right. Never heard him, never saw him, but this Nyala snuck in within 20 yards and was standing there perfectly broadside. It was so unexpected, it happened so fast, I bet only 30 seconds passed before I saw the Nyala, moved my camera, grabbed my bow, and took the shot. Wasn't expecting that. I'm watching this female bush buck. She just been standing there forever and I wasn't paying attention. And then this Nyala walked in. She was just right there. Ate broadside, grabbed my bow. Looks crazy, but I think it's a nice one. White tips on both sides look pretty long. So I seen her run over there and stop, or I should say him. I think I put a good shot on it. Man, awesome. Freaking Africa, man. You do not know what is gonna happen. So I got on the phone, I called Neil, who was my PH for the day. He came out with the trucks, the trackers, and the dogs, and we went after this bull. The blood trail was definitely a little bit longer than I would have liked, but we eventually tracked this beautiful Nyala bull down. At this point, the truck is several hundred yards away. We got to walk back and get it so we can load this bull up. And in the 5 or 10 minutes it took us to get back to the truck, Neil's phone blows up. It's Tom. He just shot a gemsbuck. He hangs up. His phone blows up again. It's TJ. He just shot an impala. So instead of jumping back into the blind over lunch, I decided that I was going to go with Neil and help these guys track their animals. Tom was first. We tracked his animal for probably 10 or 15 minutes, eventually recovering what was a really, really good gemsbuck bull. TJ was next. He made a solid shot. This impala only ran 60, 70 yards, and we walked right up on him. So we've got a Nyala, a gemsbuck, and an impala all in the back of the truck. Up until this point, once we shot an animal, we never really saw what happened after the kill. We just jumped back into the blind and kept hunting. Since the three of us are already out of the blind, we decided to jump in the truck with Neil, head to the skinning shed, and see how it all goes down. When the animals come in, they get hung up right away for skinning. If there are multiple animals, they had big walk-in freezers. The other animals can be put in there so the meat won't spoil.
And once it gets to the taxidermy, they will then re-dip it and do their whole process that needs to be done before.
Once the animals have been skinned, they're salted and prepared for the taxidermist. The skulls and hides are all tagged with our names on it, so there's no confusion, especially if a couple of the animals were the same species. Once we leave camp, there's a scheduled pickup from a local taxidermist. They'll further prepare the animals for shipment back to the United States. We had traveled a long way to get to this hunt, and the animals obviously have a long way to travel to get back, so it was reassuring to see that all the hides, the horns, everything was organized, properly taken care of, because once we leave South Africa, it's going to be a while before we get to see them again. So 6 full days of hunting in the books. The next day is a half day, kind of travel day, and we're not sure if we're going to be able to hunt in the morning at all or not, but at this point it really doesn't matter, because I think any of us would tell you that it's already been the trip of a lifetime, and whether or not we can squeeze in a few hours the next morning to get some hunting in is really a moot point, but it's Africa and anything can happen, so we'll discuss it over dinner in the evening and probably make a game time decision in the morning. Hey guys, thanks for checking out part 4 of our trip to South Africa. But don't stop there. In the description below this video, I'm going to have the links to all 5 parts of our hunt with African barefoot safaris. Even better, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that red subscribe button. You won't miss anything. As always guys, if you liked the video, thumbs up is appreciated. Leave your comments below, otherwise we'll catch you next time. Peace.